It's the 7th day of protests, and as the demonstrations continue on the ground, let's bring in Wang Wafeng, a secondary school teacher in Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us on China 24, Ms. Wang. So we know that young students comprise a big part of the protesters. So we'd like to know, did any students from your school actually participated in the protests, and how do you see this in the shoes of a teacher?
Yes, the Hong Kong Federation of Students and Scholarism have called for students to participate in the protest. In my school, a few students have participated. Some went to protest sites after school, and some applied leaves for class boycott. I believe most of the students who joined the movement had a good starting point, that is, the pursuit for democracy and justice. In my opinion, secondary students have a right to express their demands, but not by using a method of Occupy Central, because it involves power struggles. Actually, the movement is illegal and dangerous. I really don't want students to be hurt.
So, Ms. Wang, we have one more question for you. Some schools were closed a couple of days ago in response to the protests. So, did that happen to your school? And did the protest change anything academically for your school?
The protests have affected the learning and teaching in various schools. All schools in Wan Chai Central and Western districts have been suspended for 4 days. The students, especially those preparing for public exams in those schools, are hit the worst. Fortunately, my school is far from the protest sites and was not closed in the past few days. However, on the first school day after police launched tear gas, my school adopted some measures to relieve the feelings of students. We rearranged class schedules of that days so that students wanting class boycott could do it in the first class session of the day in the covered playground in the school. The principal had discussions with them. Other students were staying in classrooms and discuss these issues with their class teacher. As a result, some of the subject lessons were cut. The effects of the protest to my school is not serious by now.
Well, Ms. Wang, we'd like to have some of your personal perspective onto this. Obviously, the protests in Hong Kong have caused disturbances to traffic, to businesses, and to administrative operations. So how do you view this protest as a Hong Kong resident?
I have lived in Hong Kong for nearly 30 years. Hong Kong is my home. I'm very anxious these days. I really hope people in opposite camps can calm down and protests can start as soon as possible. However, it is not optimistic. Even though people participating in Occupy Central have good intentions for democracy and justice, the means destroying public interest are hurting the movement itself. Occupy Central has seriously affected the daily life of many ordinary citizens and affected some small business. And the spirit of the rule of law in Hong Kong will be in great danger. Protesters always emphasize non-violence. However, non-violence cannot justify everything. They occupy main roles in the center of the city, hijacking citizens who are not willing to join the movement. In fact, Alliance for Peace and Democracy collected about 1.5 million of signatures against Occupy Central. It seems this strong opinion are neglected by the organizers of the protest. The movement will for sure leave behind a huge divide between Hong Kong people. I'm afraid it may take years, if not decades, to heal it.
Well, Ms. Wang Wafeng, thank you so much for your perspective on our show.